Keith, can I ask you something? Why are Bailey and her 5 kids running wild in our guest room?
Oh, Heather, what's wrong? Didn't I tell you? When I mentioned that our honeymoon would be at a luxury hotel in Jamaica with a suite, Bailey's kids got really excited and insisted on coming along. And of course that means Bailey had to come too. So I booked them an additional room at the same hotel.
That is not what I'm asking about. My question is why your childhood friend and her 5 kids have joined us on our honeymoon, a trip that's supposed to be just the 2 of us.
Oh, that! They wanted to come along, so I thought, why not? I figured it'd be fun for them. Right now, they're having a bit of fun in our room just for the experience of seeing a suite. But don't worry, they're not actually staying in our room. They'll be in a separate one, so relax.
Excuse me, what?
Hey, come on, even though Bailey's my childhood friend, she knows not to interrupt our honeymoon nights together. I mean, Bailey's considerate like that, you know?
If she were truly considerate, she wouldn't have tagged along on our honeymoon in the first place, especially bringing 5 poorly behaved kids along with her. This is beyond inconsiderate.
Whoa, poorly behaved? That's a bit harsh, don't you think?
Harsh? Just look around. The bed, which was neatly made, is now a disaster. The flowers on the vase are all over the floor, and there's water spilled everywhere. Not to mention, they raided the minibar, with juice and snacks all eaten up and wrappers scattered around. The mess is so bad we'll have to call housekeeping to clean it up. I can only imagine what the hotel staff will think when they see this chaos. It's downright embarrassing.
They're kids, Heather. You can't expect them to be perfect. Cut them a little slack.
Cut them slack? Leaving this mess is just irresponsible, and you know the hotel won't just turn a blind eye to it. Someone needs to teach them what's unacceptable behavior, and I'm pretty sure that big wine stain on the carpet is from Bailey herself. This isn't just about being considerate. This is definitely going to get us a warning from the hotel.
Oh, come on, it's our honeymoon. Relax a little and don't stress over every detail. Having my childhood friend and her 5 kids along for the trip makes things lovely, don't you think?
Keith, let me ask you something. Are you deliberately trying to make me angry?
What? Why would you think that?
I see now. You genuinely haven't thought this through, haven't you?
Oh, speaking of which, since Bailey has 5 kids, you can imagine the cost of travel is high for her. She's been wanting to take a break from parenting and have a chance to unwind, so I told her that we'd cover the costs and help with looking after the kids. You don't mind helping out, right? It's good practice.
Excuse me? What are you expecting me to do here?
Think of it as a chance to practice looking after kids, you know, for the future.
What? You're actually expecting me to spend our honeymoon practicing by taking care of someone else's children. Have you completely lost your mind?
Hey, Bailey isn't just someone else. She's my childhood friend. She's practically family.
Well, to me, she's just another person and a stranger at that.
If you really hate looking after the kids, you can always go home, you know. Just kidding, just kidding. Hey, come on, this is Jamaica. Let's just make the best of it and have a great time all together. Hey, Heather, where'd you go? You know, the dinner reservation time has already passed, so, well, it would have been a waste to just cancel it, right? I ended up having the meal with Bailey instead. Hope you don't mind. Just kidding, kind of. But seriously, it almost feels like Bailey and I are on a honeymoon of our own. Isn't that funny? Come on, Heather, where'd you run off to? Hurry up and get back here. You know Bailey's kids are still here and they need someone to keep an eye on them. You don't really have much time to relax, do you? Hey, Heather, are you serious? Get back here already! Bailey's 5 kids who you're supposed to be helping with are completely out of control! At this rate, neither Bailey nor I can enjoy this honeymoon trip.
Oh, so now it's practically you and Bailey's honeymoon, is it?
What? No, of course not, but it's your fault this is happening. You're the one being stubborn and refusing to come back. And Bailey? She's just being a good friend by keeping me company since my wife decided to disappear on our honeymoon.
Let me get this straight. You're blaming me for not wanting to put up with a honeymoon that includes someone else's kid. A friend you invited along without even asking me. The fact that you and Bailey are enjoying yourselves without questioning how strange this all is, that's just mind-boggling to me.
Listen, just come back, okay? Bailey's kids are, honestly, a handful, and it's too much for us to manage on our own.
Actually, I've already gone home.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
You really haven't noticed that my suitcase wasn't in the room.
What? Are you kidding me right now? So you're actually back home already?
Yeah. Last night, I stayed at a 24-hour fast food joint and took the first available flight home this morning.
Are you out of your mind? What were you even thinking?
What do you mean?
I mean the payment! Bailey's room and her 5 kids' rooms were all part of the bill! I covered the whole amount up front, figuring you'd pitch in later to pay me back. Right now my wallet's totally empty. And obviously I expected you to cover any additional expenses at checkout. I don't even have spending money left for myself.
So you just assumed that I'd be covering all of that? Look, for one, you never even told me Bailey and her kids would be joining us. And on top of that, my budget is nowhere near big enough to fund this whole fiasco. That hotel charges a minimum of $300 per night. Sure, kids cost less than adults, and the cost per person might go down if they're all in the same room. But still, you can't seriously think I'd pay Bailey and her kids' travel expenses for absolutely no fucking reason.
That's what I thought you'd cover as a thank you for the parenting practice you'd get with Bailey's kids.
I never asked to practice parenting in the first place.
What, don't you want kids of our own?
Excuse me?
Think of this as a dry run, you know, a practice session for when we have our own. It's a good chance for you.
Are you seriously bringing this up now?
Well, you're gonna have kids one way or another, aren't you?
Whether or not that's true, it's still absurd to practice parenting by looking after someone else's children without any preparation. Does that really sound normal to you?
What's wrong with that?
Let me spell it out. Expecting someone who has no real experience in child rearing to practice on actual kids is like treating them as some kind of experiment.
Wait, what?
Think about it. Don't you know why childcare is a profession that requires certification and training? It's because people with no knowledge or experience shouldn't just jump in and practice on real children. Just because we're not hiring a certified caretaker doesn't mean it's okay to impose this on someone who isn't prepared.
Wait, really? It's like that?
Yes, and while some parents might dump their kids on others without a second thought, that doesn't make it okay. If Bailey is that kind of mother, then I suppose this whole situation starts to make sense.
Heather! Hey, about the money, can you send it over quickly?
What?
Didn't I tell you my wallet's completely empty? I was just about to check out of the hotel thinking I'd finally head home, but then they hit me with all these additional charges for other services. When I asked for a breakdown, they explained that Bailey's been going wild with all sorts of hotel services, spa treatments, room service, everything, and somehow it's all being billed to me. I don't know why I'm on the hook for Bailey's expenses when I thought you'd be covering what she spent on this trip. So yeah, please, I need money.
Keith, I've been thinking about this for a while, but don't you think you're a little too comfortable relying on someone else's wallet?
What? We're married! Isn't that totally normal?
It is absolutely not normal for you to expect me to cover expenses for Bailey and her kids.
Can we not get into whose wallet should cover what right now? This isn't about that. The fact is, I can't check out of the hotel as things stand, and I desperately need money right now. Please, just send it over already.
Why don't you just withdraw some from your own account or use your credit card?
I didn't bring those with me.
What?
I swear, I thought I had brought everything. I was so sure I'd packed my card holder. You know, the one with all my cards, including my credit and debit cards. I could have sworn I put it in my travel bag, but then when I looked, it wasn't there.
Oh, this?
What?
I thought this might be what happened. So I checked around your dresser, and sure enough, I found it on the floor.
No way. Seriously? Come on, Heather, please, just send me some money. I'm really stuck here.
If you mean a bank transfer, that's impossible without your bank card, right? And since I have it here with me, that's a no-go.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Either way, I don't have any intention of sending you money for this.
This really is a dead end.
Well, if you think that's a dead end, you're about to hit an even bigger problem.
What? What do you mean?
I got a message from Bailey's husband.
Huh? Bailey's husband?
Yeah, apparently, he reached out to my contact info through your mom. He wanted to ask why they were suddenly 2 more kids. He left 3 behind when he went overseas. And now, 4 years later, after being unable to come back even once, he finds out there are 5.
Wait, he's back in the country?
Yeah, from what I heard, he made an emergency return. He heard something suspicious from a mutual acquaintance.
Wait, emergency? You don't mean...
Yep, he wants to discuss why 2 extra kids popped up out of nowhere in his absence, and he asked me to meet him with my parents for a little talk.
Oh, hey, wait!
And after that, I'll be heading straight to my parents' house. Consider me gone.
Damn it! Now I've had to ask my parents to send me cash in an envelope just to get home! And then, as soon as I managed to make it back, I got scolded hard for taking Bailey and her kids on our honeymoon!
Are you still planning to lie about this?
What?
So, here's what I think happened. You planned to secretly bring Bailey on our honeymoon, right? But then unexpectedly, she showed up with 5 kids in tow. And while you thought you could just take her around Jamaica without me finding out, the whole thing took a turn when Bailey found out we were staying in a luxury suite. She didn't like that you only booked her a cheap room, so she decided it wasn't fair and stormed into our suite, with all her kids in tow. And when she barged in, surprise, surprise, I was there by myself and your little affair was exposed on the spot. After that, I guess you figured you might as well just dig in and act oblivious like, why can't I bring my childhood friend on our honeymoon? Pretty shameless, right?
What? How do you know all that in such detail?
Bailey's husband hired a private investigator. I pieced it all together from the investigator's report and what I personally witnessed that day. And judging from the look on your face, it sounds like I hit the nail on the head, didn't I?
Seriously?
Oh, and by the way, they're moving forward with DNA tests for Bailey's children, I hear?
Yeah?
And you've been asked to submit your own sample for the test too, haven't you?
Yeah?
I think we both know what at least some of those results are going to reveal. But either way, we're still moving forward with the divorce, so there's no going back for us. An attorney will be in touch soon to discuss the details. They'll handle things from here.
Heather, wait!
From now on, just go through with my lawyer if you need anything.
No, hold on, just let me...
I really don't have time for this, Keith. Goodbye.
Heather!
To begin with the conclusion of the DNA paternity test, it has been confirmed that, indeed, of the 5 children, the 2 younger ones are Keith's biological children. Keith and Bailey, despite having no romantic feelings for each other, have found themselves entangled in a web of circumstances that have led to this unexpected outcome. Over time, they have developed a relationship that, while not based on love, has included moments that might easily be misconstrued as such. Even while both we were engaged in other relationships, their interactions with one another had certain intimacy that was difficult to define. They have gone through periods of time where they maintained romantic relationships with others' partners. Yet, they also have a repeated pattern of behavior that could easily be labeled as crossing boundaries. The recent results of the DNA test have forced both of them to confront the reality of their relationship, something they may have previously brushed aside as mere friendship. As a result of this startling revelation, it appears that Keith and Bailey feel compelled to marry, not out of love or passion, but out of the necessity and the overwhelming sense of duty they feel towards their children. This decision to enter into a marriage is not taken lightly. It comes with the understanding that they must now face the consequences of their past actions together. The idea of marrying someone with whom they do not share a romantic connection is foreign to many, yet in this case, it is a practical solution to a complicated problem. However, the financial ramifications of their union are significant and daunting. They are already facing a barrage of claims for damages and child support from various parties, including past partners and family members. These financial demands have placed an enormous burden on them as they struggle to navigate their new reality. It is clear that the weight of these responsibilities is pushing them towards a life of severe financial hardship, as the costs associated with raising their children and managing their obligations seem overwhelming. Prospect of living under such a financial strain is not only stressful but also demoralizing. They've found themselves in a situation where their very choices they made, choices that they thought would lead to freedom and happiness, have resulted in a life that can only be described as impoverished. The ramifications of their actions are hitting hard, and it is evident that the financial burden of their choices is something that they cannot easily escape, in addition to their own challenges. The situation regarding the children is equally complex. It seems that their respective grandparents have taken the initiative to discuss custody arrangements among themselves. These discussions are crucial, as they ultimately decided which children will be taken in by set of grandparents. This kind of arrangement is often fraught with its own set of complications, but it is necessary for the children's well-being. It is hoped that these grandparents will provide a stable environment that prioritizes the needs of the children during such a tumultuous time. The well-being of the children is a paramount concern, and there is a collective hope that they will not become entangled in the difficult lives of their parents that they are leading. The reality is that they could easily become casualties of their parents' mistake, facing challenges that no child should have to endure. It is a significant concern that they might be negatively affected by the dysfunctional relationship between Keith and Bailey, as well as the financial turmoil that ensues from it. The hope is that the grandparents can serve as stabilizing figures who can protect the children from the fallout of their parents' decision. When one reflects on the complexities of Keith and Bailey's relationship, it becomes evident that what started as a simple friendship has evolved into something far more intricate. Their connection, which lacks the romantic foundation typically associated with marriage, has been shaped by love, betrayal, and the responsibilities of parenthood. They might not have been intended to create a family under these circumstances, but the reality of their situation is undeniable and now has to be faced head-on. Moreover, the societal implications of their relationship are significant. In a world where traditional family structures are often idealized, Keith and Bailey's situation invites judgment and scrutiny. Many will view their decisions through a lens of moral righteousness, harshly critiquing their choices and the implications of their actions. They have inadvertently become representatives of a modern dilemma faced by many young couples: how to navigate relationships, responsibilities, and societal expectations without falling prey to the judgment of others. The financial strain that Keith and Bailey are under cannot be overstated. Many young couples find themselves caught in a web of financial difficulties, especially when they are unexpectedly thrust into parenthood. The obligations that come with raising children are often daunting and can feel insurmountable, particularly when the parents are unprepared for the reality of their responsibilities. As they prepare for their marriage, they must also come to terms with the reality of their financial situation. The notion of marriage, while traditionally viewed as a union of love, is for them now more about survival and stability. They are entering into this new chapter of their lives with the understanding that they must work together to overcome their challenges ahead. This does not mean that love cannot develop between them over time, but the initial motivation for their union is clearly rooted in practicality rather than romance. Meanwhile, the children, who are the true innocents in this situation, will have to navigate the complexities of their family dynamics. Growing up to be in a divided household can have lasting effects on children, shaping their perceptions of love, relationships, and family dynamics in ways that are often difficult to quantify. It is essential for the grandparents and other family members to create a nurturing environment where the children can feel secure and supported amidst the chaos. It is crucial to recognize that the children will likely experience a range of emotions that they process their parents' relationship and the resulting changes in their lives. They may feel confusion, sadness, and even anger as they come to terms with the reality of their family situation. Providing them with emotional support and reassurance will be vital in helping them adjust to the new circumstances. The involvement of the grandparents is a positive step toward providing stability for the children. With the loving and supportive figures in their lives, the hope is that the children will be shielded from the negative impact of their parents' choices. It is a difficult journey for everyone involved, and the path forward will require careful navigation. In the end, the hope is that this situation serves as a cautionary tale for others who might find themselves in similar predicaments. Relationships can be incredibly complicated, and the decisions made in moments of passion or confusion can have far-reaching consequences that last a lifetime. Keith and Bailey's story is a reminder that it is essential to approach relationships with caution, to consider the potential outcomes, and to think critically about the responsibilities that come with love and companionship. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward in seeing you in the next one.
Listen carefully, Sandy. What I'm about to say is final, so make sure you fully understand.
Frank? We just finished my father's funeral a few hours ago, and I'm still in no state to take in anything serious right now.
Precisely because the funeral is over now, this is the perfect time to discuss it.
Discuss what, exactly?
From now on, the inheritance that you were supposed to receive from your father will be under my control.
Excuse me? Frank, I really do appreciate all the help you offered during the funeral and everything, but as far as my father's inheritance goes, I don't need you interfering, alright?
Huh?
In the first place, my father's inheritance has nothing to do with you. And the fact that you're bringing this up right now, of all times, is beyond inconsiderate.
I'll divorce you!
What?
If you've got any objections, I'll divorce you and you can get out of my sight.
Pardon me?
Just remember, we don't have any kids tying us down, so we can go through with the divorce easily. No strings attached.
I'm not even sure where this is coming from.
If you don't like it, then just get a divorce. Simple as that.
I see. So this is what my father was warning me about.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You're supposed to discuss the inheritance matters a few weeks after his passing. I'm exhausted right now, so could you hold off this conversation for later?
Oh, that's all you meant. All right, fair enough. I get that there's nothing I could do about it alone at the moment anyway, so I guess I'll wait. But don't forget, you better think carefully about what conclusion you're gonna reach if you want me to stick around and not walk out of this marriage.
Hello, Riley.
Hello, Sandy.
I'm so sorry to disturb you during your time off. Is now a good time to talk?
Yes, it's perfectly fine.
First of all, I want to thank you for everything you did during my father's funeral over these past few days. You were there to help with every detail, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Oh, don't mention it. Your father taught me so much in my role as one of his secretaries over the few years, and I feel incredibly honored to have been able to assist in giving him a proper farewell.
Hearing you say that means so much. I'm sure my father would be glad to know you feel that way about him.
Thank you.
From now on, I'll be the one who needs your support. Though, honestly, I feel like I've already been relying on you so much. I'm really looking forward to working with you.
The pleasure is all mine. I look forward to working with you as well.
Apologies for the long introduction, but
you want to talk about your husband, don't you?
Yes. This is a delicate time, so it's no surprise you picked up on it.
Yes, it's just as your father said it would be. I think it was a good decision to be prepared in advance.
Really? Thank you. Now that I think of it, it was the information you shared with us that helped us take precautions in the first place. I don't know what I would have done without your help, so thank you again.
No need to thank me. It was just something I happened to witness, but I'm glad if it ended up being helpful to you.
Well, about that next step, I'll be coming into the office tomorrow afternoon, so I'd like to discuss this further then.
Yes? Understood. I'll inform all of the relevant parties and make the necessary arrangements.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Frank, you haven't come home ever since the funeral. Care to explain why?
Huh? Oh, that. Well, I told you that if you didn't put me in charge of managing your father's inheritance, we'd be getting a divorce. Given that, I figured it'd be better if we didn't stay under the same roof for now. Maybe this way you'll experience what it feels like to be alone without me around. It should give you a clearer idea of how much impact a divorce could have on ya. It might even help you come to the right decision.
Oh, I see. So that's your reasoning. By the way, where exactly are you staying right now?
My parents' house.
Interesting. I've already called your parents' house, and they confirmed that you're not staying there.
What?
Just to check. You're still going to work, right?
Of course, yeah! It's not like I'm out here taking a break because I'm feeling unwell or anything.
Good. That's all I needed to know.
Wait, what?
I'll leave it to you to think what about this means.
Huh? What? What are you talking about?
Thank you for today. Of course, everything went smoothly, with everyone in full agreement and no conflicts.
That's a relief. Now it feels like we're finally getting started for real.
Let me say once again, congratulations on becoming the new president.
Thank you very much. For now, I'll mostly be relying on the support of the chairman, who was also our president 2 generations ago, as well as your support in your new role as my secretary. I'm counting on both of you to guide me through the transition.
It's my pleasure. I look forward to supporting you.
Alright then. First things first, let's start with a complete cleanup of everything around me.
Hey, Sandy! What did you do to my company?
Your constant calls are getting annoying.
That's because you still haven't told me what you did to my company! I was just informed by upper management that all our dealings with Company S have been permanently terminated. They even said I'm personally responsible for the fallout. Do you have any idea what that means? Company S is the largest player in the industry with over 9,000 employees. They're one of our biggest sources of revenue and an absolutely critical partner for us. And now on top of it all, I find out you're the new president of Company S? How could this be happening? And why wasn't I told anything about it? What on earth is going on around me? Explain it to me! If you don't, I might just have to go through with that divorce we talked about.
Yes, I'm perfectly fine with getting a divorce.
What?
If you could recognize that what you've been doing has finally caught up with you, this might make a lot more sense to you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, I suppose I should at least explain why I ended up being the president of Company S.
Yeah, exactly. I knew your father was the previous president of Company S, but you were never even a part of the company, right? How did it end up that you, of all people, would take over his role as the president?
It seems there's a bit of a misunderstanding here. I didn't become the next president just because I happen to be the previous president's daughter.
What's that supposed to mean?
5 years ago, during my father's presidency, Company S faced 3 consecutive years of severe financial losses. It was a rough time for everyone, and he ended up seeking advice from me because I worked as a business consultant. I developed a strategic recovery plan, which the company adapted, and it led to a remarkable turnaround in performance. Since then, many members of the board and other stakeholders remember that success came to view me as the potential future leader of the company. With the approval and unanimous support of the board and shareholders, I officially appointed as the next president.
And you never thought to tell me this in advance?
The announcement hadn't been made official yet.
But still!
Honestly, I didn't see the need to share it with someone I'd been planning to divorce for over 6 months.
What? 6 months?
Yes, I wanted to pursue this divorce sooner, but with my father's health issues and my new role at the company, I had to put those plans on hold. Now that things have been settled though, I'll be moving forward with this, so I'd suggest you prepare yourself.
Hey! Now you're sending a certified letter too? What's the meaning of this? Why am I suddenly being slapped with a demand for alimony? And what's going on with me handling your father's inheritance like we discussed?
First of all, you never had any legal right to be involved in my father's inheritance.
Are you trying to get divorced? Is that what you want?
I already told you, a divorce would be perfectly fine with me.
Why? Why are you doing this all of a sudden?
Should I spell it out for you? Everything is out in the open now. Or don't you have any idea why this is happening?
Out in the open? What are you talking about?
For instance, the place you're currently living? Since you've stopped coming home, you're now staying somewhere else, right? I believe it's a unit about a 10-minute walk from A Station's north exit, specifically H Heights, room 103. It belongs to a woman named Avery.
Who? What?
She's your affair partner, isn't she?
Wait a minute.
And let me guess. That certified letter I sent, it was delivered to that address, wasn't it? You're scrambling right now, desperately trying to figure out how all of this is falling apart around you. But isn't it obvious? I'd suggest you start connecting the dots.
This can't be happening! What? Sandy? I just got fired from the company! What on earth is going on here? Is halting all our transactions not enough for you?
Look, the decision to fire you
was made internally within your company after a thorough evaluation of your conduct. You can't just blame everything on me.
This makes no sense at all!
Didn't the company explain to you why the transactions were halted?
I was too shocked about getting fired to even pay attention to that!
Honestly, you're incredibly bold when it comes to making trouble, but once you panic, it's like you turn into a total wreck.
So what? What's your point?
You were flirting with the receptionist at our office, right?
Wait, what?
And also, regarding the women you interacted with often for work, I believe there were few complaints from 3 people. One of our front desk employees and a part-time office building. They mentioned that you were stalking them, persistently pushing for a relationship, and you even tried to drag one of them to a hotel.
No, that can't be true!
We have solid evidence against you. There's no way to talk your way out of this. For our company, the risks are just too great. We have to consider the safety of our employees, and we can no longer trust you as a business partner. So, stopping all transactions was the only viable option.
This can't be happening!
Well, you're the one who's now responsible for this situation. You got fired because of your actions.
Are you serious? Did everything really come out in the open?
Right. And on a personal note, you've been chasing after women without a shred of decency, and the existence of your affair has been confirmed. I can't stand having such a vulgar husband anymore. I'm going to seek alimony and file for divorce.
Wait a minute! Hold on, what if I try to offset things with the property division?
You mean the joint savings? You squandered almost all of that on your affair, didn't you?
But what about your father's inheritance? You're the only daughter of the former president of that huge company, S-Corp. Surely you must have inherited a significant amount.
What? You think your logic is sound?
Yeah, I mean, your father was a big deal, right? So you should have some substantial assets from that inheritance.
The inheritance doesn't count toward property division in a divorce.
What?
Yes, you just revealed your complete ignorance on the matter. Now going forward, please communicate through your lawyer.
Wait! I need to tell you something! I've got debts piling up!
I assume those are the debts from your extravagant spending on those hostesses?
You knew about that, too?
Please, communicate through your lawyer from now on. Goodbye.
Sandy!
A month has passed, and at long last my divorce has been finalized. It's a significant milestone that I have been anxiously anticipating. I never thought I would find myself in this situation, but here we are. I can now finally say that I am free from the emotional entanglements of my past relationship. The alimony has been successfully paid, and it feels surreal to declare that I am no longer connected to him in any way. This divorce has allowed me to sever ties and step into a new chapter of my life as a completely independent person. With this legal separation, we're now officially strangers, essentially red flags in each other's lives. I can finally take a deep breath and feel the weight lifting off my shoulders. The burden of constant worry and heartache that followed me during our marriage has dissipated, and I can now focus on healing and rediscovering who I am outside of that relationship. Interestingly, the woman with whom he had an affair also contributed to the settlement. However, it appears that the excitement of their secret relationship has lost its charm, and they too have ended things amidst the chaos that ensued from my divorce. The whole situation has turned into a bitter mess, and it seems that they were unable to maintain their connection once reality of the circumstances hit them. But make no mistake, this is certainly not the end of my challenges. Life, as I have learned through this experience, has a tendency to throw unexpected obstacles in our paths just when we think we have everything figured out. Frank, my ex-husband, is now facing demands for alimony from multiple women. It appears he was not just unfaithful to me, he had been pursuing relationships with several others while we were married. The fallout from this revelation is intense, and the financial implications are staggering. There are rumors swirling around that at least one woman is in a precarious situation due to this mess, and it seems that the amounts being claimed could become quite substantial. Frank might soon be in the midst of a financial crisis as a direct result of his poor choices. It's ironic, really. The very actions he took to seek fulfillment outside our marriage have come back to haunt them. Seeing him grapple with the consequences of his decisions is somewhat satisfying. The gravity of his choices is becoming apparent, and it's almost poetic justice that he must now face the repercussions. Meanwhile, the company I used to deal with, the one connected to S Corporation, has been working tirelessly to recover from the loss of our business relationship. The current president of that company has taken it upon himself to go out onto the field personally to drum up new clients and new partnerships. It's commendable to see their efforts to rebuild their reputation and improve their performance after our separation. They are showing resilience in the face of adversity, and it serves as a reminder that sometimes challenges can push us to adapt and grow. As for me, my new journey as the president of my company has begun. Each day brings its own set of challenges and triumphs, and while I am filled with gratitude for the support I've received from those around me, I'm also acutely aware of the immense responsibility that now rests on my shoulders. Inheriting this company from my father is both an honor and a heavy burden. It's my goal to nurture and expand it, to make sure even better than it was before. The pressure to succeed is palpable, but I am determined to rise to the occasion and prove that I can lead this company into a brighter future. I often reflect on the lessons I've learned through this tumultuous journey. This divorce has taught me a great deal about resilience, self-worth, and the power of independence. I realize now that I am capable of standing on my own 2 feet, and I have the strength to create life that I can be proud of. I no longer need to rely on anyone else for my happiness or my financial stability. The freedom I have gained is empowering, and I am committed to making the most of it. The relationships I build in this new chapter of my life will be a fundamental success. I am fortunate to be surrounded by supportive friends and colleagues who have been instrumental in helping me transition into this new role. Their encouragement fuels my desire to push forward and achieve my goals. I find myself wanting to make meaningful connections, both personally and professionally, and I understand that collaboration and teamwork are vital in this industry. In this new environment, I'm also learning the nuances of leadership. It's one thing to manage a team, but it's another to inspire and motivate them. I want my employees to feel valued and recognized for their hard work and contributions. I am committed to creating a positive workplace culture, one where everyone feels they can contribute and be heard. It's essential for the growth of the company and for the happiness of my team. And I know that a happy team leads to productive work, which in turn contributes to the success of the business. As I navigate in this new landscape, I often think back to my father and the lessons he imparted to me. He always emphasized the importance of integrity, honesty, and hard work. I want to honor his legacy by ensuring that our company operates with the highest ethical standards. Trust is paramount in business, and I aim to build relationships based on transparency and mutual respect. I want to create an environment where everyone feels a sense of ownership and pride in their work. Looking ahead, I have ambitious plans for the future of the company. I envision expanding our services, reaching new markets, and creating innovative solutions that meet the needs of our clients. It's an exciting prospect, and while there will undoubtedly be challenges along the way, I am ready to face them head on.
I believe that with the right mindset, strategic planning, and a strong team, we can achieve great things together. I am also acutely aware of the personal growth that comes with these professional challenges. Each obstacle I encounter helps me develop resilience, adaptability, and confidence. I find myself evolving into a more assertive and decisive individual. The experiences of the past month, both in my personal and professional life, have shaped me into someone who knows their worth and refuses to settle for less. As I embark on this journey of growth, I am reminded of the importance of balance. It's easy to get caught up on the hustle and grind of work, but I also make time for myself and my well-being. I have learned that taking care of my mental health is just as crucial as achieving business success. I try to carve out time in my schedule for relaxation and self-care, whether that means enjoying a quiet evening at home, pursuing hobbies, or spending quality time with friends and family. I know that to be effective in my role, I need to recharge and maintain my well-being. In conclusion, while the past month has been tumultuous, it has also been a period of profound transformation for me. I have emerged from the chaos of my divorce with newfound strength and clarity. The challenges I face in my new role as a business president are significant, but I am committed to navigating them with integrity and determination. I will continue to learn and grow, not just as a professional, but as a person. The journey ahead is promising, and I am excited to see where it will lead me. I look forward to shaping the future of the company and making a positive impact in the industry while embracing my newfound freedom and independence. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We'll look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Grace, have you already submitted the divorce papers?
Yes, mother-in-law. No, wait. You're no longer my mother-in-law, and honestly, I don't want to call you that. So for now, I'll just refer to you as Bridget.
Do as you please. So, when are you moving out? I expect you to be gone before Sander and I return from dinner. Because if you're not, I'm going to have a few things to say about you right then and there.
I've already packed my things. Right now, I'm just waiting for the car to pick me up.
Oh, really? You've been married to my son for 30 years, and during all that time, I heard that you had no family left. But I guess you do have a friend who can come pick you up. What a surprise. So, what time are you leaving?
I'll be gone from this house in 30 minutes.
I see. Just remember, if you're still here even a minute past that, I will throw you out without hesitation.
You don't need to worry about that. I'm just as eager to leave this place as you are. I'm actually already outside the front door.
What? Wait a second. Are you saying you're outside the door with all your luggage? It's raining right now.
Yes, it is, but I'm glad there's a roof over the entrance.
How long have you been out there?
I've been out there for about 15 minutes now.
What did you just say? At least stay inside the entrance. You'll get strange looks from the neighbors.
Well, at this point, that's the least of my concerns. It's already well known around here that there's a wicked mother-in-law who loves to bully her daughter-in-law.
What?
Not to mention, you've also dumped the care of Xander and our great-aunt onto me, forcing me to do all of the household chores. Then once that caregiving was over, you kicked me out and made sure I got divorced from your son. Everyone knows about it.
What?
Did you really not know any of this?
Grace, how could you? You spread such outrageous lies about me out of spite for the divorce.
I think you're misunderstanding the situation. I haven't done anything wrong.
What?
Let's be honest. Your commands and insults are incredibly loud. It seems the neighbors picked up on that, and it spread from there.
What are you talking about?
It seems like your ride is about to arrive. I'll wrap this message up right now. I'll leave the keys in the mailbox.
Wait a minute.
I met Xander when I was 23. We were both the same age and had an arranged marriage. And now, after 30 years, here I am. I've also been living with your family for the same length of time. I must say, I've endured a lot.
Grace, Just a moment. Before you leave, at least tell the neighbors that I didn't bully you or anything like that. You need to wait because I'll be home soon. I've already gotten into the car that's come to pick me up. What? What's going on here? Grace! Hey, I just passed the car you got into. What's up with that luxury vehicle? How could someone like you, who has been a stay-at-home wife for 30 years, possibly afford to ride in such an expensive car? You've received only a small amount from the division of assets, barely enough to cover your basic living expenses for time being. What is happening? What does this mean? Grace, you need to explain this to me right now.
Grace, good morning.
Good morning, Xander.
You were right not to tell Mom about your grandfather.
I'm glad I didn't. The last thing we needed was for her to worry about that, on top of everything else.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't expect that at all, but it did leave me feeling a bit relieved.
Well, sometimes surprises can be good, right? But how are you holding up? Is everything okay on your end?
For the most part, yes. I mean, it's been a whirlwind, but I'm managing. It's just a bit surreal to think about everything that has just happened, but at least there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
I understand. Just hang in there for a little while longer. We only have 3 months to go. After 3 months, Carter will be retiring from his overseas assignment, and he'll be bringing his family back home with him.
Right, and when he's back, everything should start changing for the better. It's comforting to know that your mother's plans will be turned upside down.
Exactly. It's only a matter of time now. Just a little patience is all we need. Until then, we'll keep our heads down and focus on what's important.
Absolutely. Xander!
Mom, what is it?
What is going on here?
What do you mean?
Why is Carter's luggage arriving at our house? Carter has moved overseas with his family and has been living there for over 10 years.
Wait, did I not mention that I heard from him? He's coming back today, along with his belongings.
What?
Hey, Mom, have you forgotten your own brother's age? There's more than a decade difference between you two, so at least try to remember his age.
What does his age have to do with this?
Carter is 65 years old, right?
A retirement age.
I've heard him say before that he planned to live in America after retiring.
This year was the year he was supposed to return, and he mentioned it during his visit at New Year's.
Exactly. During that visit, he even gave us a schedule. Since then, that schedule has been stuck on the fridge door, and we all agreed to follow it. Right? It's been there the whole time. I thought you were just being overly casual about things, but you seriously did nothing at all?
I can't believe it.
Not believing it doesn't change anything. You were the one who suggested using the fridge as a message board.
Wait a second.
You know, you often complain that I'm out and about all the time, so I don't get to my messages. I get your texts and read them, but somehow I don't manage to reply. And then you said it was annoying to get all this information verbally, and you suggested we use the fridge door as a communication tool. Have you forgotten that? Well, it seems like you've never gotten into the habit of checking it.
So what about the preparations?
Well, the house is in his name. When he comes back after retiring, he'll give up the house and we'll have to move out. That's been the plan, right?
Wait.
And I thought that since this news about an overseas assignment came up, I wanted you to discuss your future plans with him. It's an important issue, so I thought you should at least hear it verbally first. But you seemed so uninterested that I wasn't sure if you were paying attention. So I wrote a reminder and stuck it on the fridge, too.
Hold on. I'm going to check. I wrote it down.
Right?
But at 53 years old, going at an overseas assignment? There's no way I, in my 70s, can keep up with that. I absolutely cannot handle living abroad at this age. Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
I'm not alone. Grace is already over there waiting for me.
What? Grace? How can that be? That ex-wife is waiting for you? That has to be a joke.
It's not a joke. The divorce is temporary, you see.
What do you mean by that? I can't believe that Grace could handle living abroad at all.
Mom, can we please stop underestimating Grace and making these dismissive comments?
What?
Sure, Grace has been a full-time housewife for years, taking care of your grandmother and father, but she graduated from a prestigious university with excellent grades. She's always been academically driven. When she took online courses to prepare for living abroad, she quickly regained her language skills without letting the long break affect her.
But the financial situation.
That's where we get to the main point of our conversation.
The main point?
First of all, Grandma passed away 2 years ago and Dad passed away 3 months ago. Grace has worked hard all those years caring for them, and now that her caregiving responsibilities have ended, you pushed for me to divorce her as if she were no longer needed.
Because I truly didn't need her anymore.
Actually, Grace's maternal grandfather is quite wealthy. At the time of the divorce talks, he approached Grace about giving her a living inheritance.
What?
It seems that Grace is the sole legal heir to her grandfather's fortune. To avoid unnecessary disputes among relatives who have no rights to inherit in the future, he wants to settle everything now.
I can't believe there was such a discussion.
You know that you would absolutely want to get involved in this conversation, and you would definitely make your opinions known.
Of course, whatever belongs to my daughter-in-law should be considered part of the family wealth. It's only natural for me to weigh in on this.
See, this is exactly why we got divorced.
What?
Common sense and the law both dictate that neither I nor you have a say in this matter. It should basically be limited to Grace reaching out for advice when she needs it. Considering this, I thought it might be best to leverage the fact that you kept pushing for the divorce to smoothly progress the discussion about the living inheritance.
Leverage?
Once divorced, we're just strangers. You wouldn't be able to interfere in someone else's family inheritance matters, would you?
Xander, you can't be serious.
I'm serious. From the beginning to the end, I've been on Grace's side. I plan to remarry her when the time is right.
Why?
Grace has told me that she could endure the caregiving duties because I, along with your mother and father, expressed our gratitude to her countless times. She said that our appreciation is what kept her going. There were times when I suggested separating, but she insisted she couldn't while taking care of your grandmother and father. There's no way I could abandon such a respectable wife. On the contrary, I feel that I owe her a lot, and I want to repay her kindness going forward.
But what am I supposed to do now?
I'm saying you should think about your future plans after Carter comes back.
I never imagined things would turn out to be like this.
Regretting the way you treated Grace won't change anything now. I just hope that your regrets will positively influence how you handle your future and your life going forward. Well, goodbye for now.
Wait, Xander, I was planning for you to take care of me when I need assistance in the future, and now you're off on an overseas assignment? I'm in trouble. Xander!
Grace, I'm currently at JFK Airport. I think it's around the middle of the night here. I just wanted to reach out before my boarding time, which is coming up soon.
Thanks for the message, Xander. I figured you'd be reaching out, so I stayed up to wait for your text.
Oh, really? I appreciate that.
By the way, how is Bridget, your mother, doing?
Well, she's managing. Right around the time Carter's luggage arrived, I quickly moved out of the house. I just sent her a quick message to say goodbye a little while ago.
I see.
Grace, I want to sincerely apologize for all the trouble I've caused you up until now.
Xander, you don't have to say all that. I really appreciate everything you've done for me, too. I'm grateful for your support.
Yeah, but let me say this. Thank you for everything up until now. I hope to continue working together as we navigate this new chapter.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
All right then, it's almost time for me to board the plane.
Okay, please be careful during your travels.
Thanks, I will.
Not long after her husband left home, Bridget's uncle Carter returned. For Bridget, he was a much younger brother, but he was quite sharp and not someone she found easy to deal with. Carter naturally returned with his wife and other children, and their first encounter was quite something. Right off the bat, he bluntly stated, "If you're going to bully my wife or mistreat my children, then you need to leave." That was the way he settled things, and it made Bridget's heart sink a little. Unbeknownst to Bridget, arrangements were already in progress for her admission to a nursing home, which she could enter thanks to her pension. It seemed that her family had been making decisions for her without her knowledge, further complicating her already challenging circumstances. On the morning of her admission to the nursing home, the atmosphere was so charged that she felt she couldn't resist the tide of events. She left her beloved home in tears, heartbroken at the thought of leaving everything familiar. The weight of her situation hung heavily on her shoulders as she stepped out of her home. It felt like a piece of her soul was being left behind. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Each day was a reminder of the choices she had made and the estrangement from her family that followed. The once vibrant woman who had filled her home with laughter and love found herself isolated, engulfed in memories that now felt like ghosts haunting her. She looked out the window, watching the world go by, yearning for the familiar sights of her neighborhood, the friendly waves from neighbors, and the simple joys of her past life. Each passing car, each familiar face that she recognized but couldn't greet, felt like a stab to her heart. And it was as time had moved on without her, leaving her in desolate space of loneliness. Bridget's health began to deteriorate as well. The physical manifestations of her mental anguish were evident. She had aged significantly in what she felt like no time at all. Friends from her past life would have hardly recognized her had they seen her now. Her once bright smile had faded, replaced by a weary expression that spoke volumes of her sorrow and regret. At the nursing home, there were other residents, of course. Some were friendly, some were withdrawn, each with their own stories of loss and longing. Bridget tried to engage with them, but it was challenging. They were often wrapped up in their own worlds, battling their own demons. She could see reflections of her own struggles in their eyes, people who had been cast aside by life. One day, as she sat in the communal area, she overheard a group of women discussing their families, sharing a laughter over memories that made them feel connected. Bridget felt a pang of jealousy and sadness as she listened. The warmth of familiar love seemed so far removed from her reality, as she wished desperately to be part of such conversations. Instead, she found herself retreating into her own silence, feeling like an outsider in a place that should have felt like a community. As time passed, Bridget reflected on her past, contemplating the choices that led to her this point. Her mind often drifted back to the day her husband left. It was a day filled with confusion and heartache, but she had never anticipated how drastically her life would change in the aftermath. The emotional wounds ran deep, and the healing process felt almost impossible within the confines of a nursing home. There were moments of clarity amidst the fog of her thoughts. Bridget recognized that she had been stubborn, unwilling to bend or adapt to the changes in her life. She had allowed her pride to dictate her actions, which ultimately led to this place of isolation. The realization stung, but it also sparked a flicker of determination within her. With a newfound sense of purpose, Bridget resolved to try and connect with the other residents more actively. She began participating in activities, attending group meals, and engaging in conversations, even when it felt uncomfortable. Little by little, she started forming connections with few of the residents.
shared similar experiences. Their stories resonated with her, and together they found solace in their shared struggles. As weeks turned into months, Bridget found herself laughing more often. The sound of her own laughter surprised her. It felt foreign, yet beautiful, and these moments, she felt a glimmer of hope that perhaps life could still hold joy for her. Each small interaction with her fellow residents began to chip away at the walls that she had built around herself. However, the road to recovery was far from smooth. There were days when the weight of her regrets would come crashing down on her, leaving her feeling desolate once again. During those moments, she would find solace in the garden outside of the nursing home. Surrounded by the beauty of nature, she would take a deep breath, inhaling the fresh air as she closed her eyes. The scent of flowers and the sound of birds chirping would envelop her, providing a much-needed reprieve from her thoughts. One particular afternoon, while sitting on a bench in the garden, Bridget struck up a conversation with a woman named Margaret, who had just moved into a nursing home. Margaret was vibrant, with a zest for life that was infectious. She shared stories of her travels, her family, and the adventures she had experienced. Bridget found herself captivated by Margaret's energy and warmth, feeling drawn to her like a moth to a flame. As they spoke, Bridget felt a renewed sense of hope. Margaret encouraged her to embrace each day with an open heart, reminding her that it's never too late to find joy again. Their friendship blossomed, and soon they were inseparable, sharing meals, stories, and laughter. For the first time in a long while, Bridget felt seen and valued. With Margaret by her side, Bridget began to participate in more activities organized by the nursing home. They attended art classes, engaged in book discussion, and even joined the gardening club. The vibrant colors of the flowers they planted together brought a sense of joy to Bridget's heart. With each new experience, she found herself slowly shedding the heaviness that would weight her down for so long. One day, during a particularly poignant conversation with Margaret, Bridget opened up about her past, the mistakes she had made, the regrets she carried, and the pain of being alone. Margaret listened intently, offering comfort and understanding. "We all have regrets, Bridget," she said softly. "Matters is what we do with that pain. We can either let it define us or allow it to propel us into a new chapter of our lives." Bridget pondered those words for days. She realized that while her past could not be changed, she had the power to shape her present and future. Inspired by this revelation, she decided to write letters to her family, her husband, her children, and even Carter. It was a daunting task, but she felt an overwhelming need to express her feelings, to apologize for the pain she had caused, and to ask for forgiveness. With Margaret's support, Bridget found the courage to put pen to paper. As she wrote, tears flowed freely, a cathartic release of emotions she had bottled up for far too long. She poured her heart into each letter, acknowledging her mistake and expressing her love for her family. It was a healing process, and with each word, she felt a sense of weight lifting off her shoulders. Once the letters were complete, she hesitated before sending them. The fear of rejection loomed large in her mind, but Margaret reminded her that taking that step was essential for her own healing. "You deserve to be heard, Bridget," she said firmly. "No matter the outcome, this is you reclaiming your voice." After much deliberation, Bridget finally mailed the letters, her heart racing with a mix of anxiety and hope. She had no idea how her family would respond, but she knew she had taken a significant step forward towards healing. Days turned into weeks, and just when she began to wonder if she would ever hear back, a letter arrived from her daughter. With trembling hands, Bridget opened it, her heart pounding in her chest. As she read her daughter's words, tears streamed down her face. Her daughter expressed love, understanding, and a willingness to reconnect. It was beautiful, a heartfelt message that sparked a glimmer of hope in Bridget's heart. Following her daughter's letter, Bridget received responses from her husband and even Carter. They expressed their love for her,
and their desire to mend the fractured relationships. Each letter brought her joy, and the overwhelming sense of acceptance and forgiveness washed over her. With newfound connections, Bridget felt revitalized. She continued to nurture her friendships at the nursing home, growing closer to Margaret and other residents who had become her support system. Their shared experiences and laughter became a balm for her soul, filling the void that had once consumed her. As time passed, Bridget transformed from a woman burdened by regret into one filled with purpose and joy. She found herself engaging in more activities, helping others in the nursing home, and volunteering her time to make the place feel like a true community. Her laughter echoed in the hallways once more, a melody of hope that inspired those around her. Bridget's journey of healing had just begun, but she was determined to embrace every moment. The woman who once left her homes in tears now stood tall, surrounded by friends and family who loved her. With each passing day, she discovered that life, even in its most challenging moments, could still hold beauty and connection. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of this story, and see you on the next one.